Hello to all my uniques out there. This is your favorite girl, Akudo. Welcome to another video. Today's video, when I'm serious, I don't come with my glasses. I don't come with makeup. I just come the way I came out of my mother's womb. This is me. This is more. To all my returning subscribers, hello, welcome back. For those of you that are not part of my family, what are you waiting for? You watch all the videos, you might as well come join us. You see the red button that says subscribe, click on that button. Wait for the notification bell, click on that one too, so you will be the first to see my videos once they drop. This is a very short video. Like you can see in the title, why did you do it, madam? Why did you do it, sir? If you are tired of them, just send them home. I'm talking about our house helps. I'm talking about our housemaids. For those of you that are not Africans, or maybe you guys don't know what I'm talking about the helps in our homes. The helps that we have, some of them are boys, some of them are girls, some of them are the helps we have at home, some of them are boys, some of them are girls. Their parents give them to us so that we can take care of them, we can put them through school. Some people, their parents say we should teach them a trade. Some people, they say we should train them in school. Some people, they want, they can't feed their children. So they bring them to your house for you to feed them. I want to understand why. Why is it that every time I turn around, either on Facebook or on Instagram or on YouTube, I keep watching videos of mothers, women, ladies, mothers, home builders that are hitting on these children, that are maltreating these children, that are treating them so poorly, they are malnourishing them, they don't feed them. There was this one I heard about a lady because her house help, who is either 5-year-old, peed on the bed and she used an iron and touched the girl in her private parts. Hurt the girl in her private part because she peed on the bed. I have heard about women that take iron, the iron you use for ironing your clothes, and they put it on these children's back. I've heard about women that they just throw the children off from the balcony and these children will go land on the floor. Some of them, they will throw them down flights of steps. Haba, my sister. You are a mother. You are a mother. You are somebody's mother. You have those children. Your children don't know how to wash plates. Your children can't wash their underwear. They can't brush their teeth. Your children are 6 years old and the house help is still feeding them like they're infants. Your children will sit and these girls, these house girls or house boys, they are there feeding your 6-year-old. Your 6-year-old goes to the bathroom, and when he or she is done with either number one or number two, they scream out the name of the house help to come and wipe them. You, as a mother, my sister, you have failed. You have failed that you did not even take time to teach your 6-year-old how to clean herself, or to teach your 6-year-old how to clean himself. You have a 10-year-old and he does not even know how to cut apples for his own self. And then the 5-year-old maid, you are being mean to her because she could not cut the apple for your 10-year-old son. Come on now. My sister, sit down and think about this. Why is it that we are so fast and so easy to maltreat other people's children, and then we put our own children in a glass, like we carry them like eggs? We don't want anything to happen to them. How many times in your house have you told the chores in the house, have you shared it among your children and your help? How many times have you ever told your daughter, you know what, you go wash your dishes? The one you and your brothers use, go wash it and let the house help wash the one I and your daddy used. How many of us have done that? Come on, my sisters, come. Not only my sisters or my brothers, come, because I'll get to you your part. Come on, please come. Let's just reason together. Why is it? What gave us this audacity, this guts, this impetus that it is okay to maltreat another person's child? What told us that it is okay to, oh my God. to starve the children that their parents brought them to you because their parents cannot afford to feed them. Their parents cannot afford to clothe them. Their parents cannot afford to pay their school fees. So they willingly gave their child to you so that you can feed their children, clothe their children, and put their children in school. What gave you that right to think it is okay to starve their children, let their children run around naked, and don't enroll them in school? And these children are younger than your own children, and you're pampering your children. But these children, because you think they come from a poor home, because you think maybe nobody will ask you. Some of us do it because who will question me? I'm the big man's wife. I'm the millionaire's wife. I'm this, I'm that. Who will question? Who will believe their story? Because you know nobody will question you. Because you know the mom and the dad don't have the right. They do not have the social standing, the economic power, the financial power to come and ask you, what did you do to my child? So you think you can do it and get away with it. Who will stop you? My sister, her parents or his parents might not be able to stop you. But remember, there is God in heaven and He's watching you. Remember that the Bible says that sometimes most of the time, the sins of the father will be visited on the children and the children's children, even to the third and the fourth generation. Mind how you treat other people's children. You don't know what your children will meet out there. When we were growing up, my mother used to tell us that why she does what she do is because why she was doing what she was doing then is because forever that she is sowing a seed for her children. My sister, the Bible says, do not be deceived, for God is not mocked. Whatsoever a man sows, that you shall also reap. Do you think you're going to go scot-free? Do you think because those parents cannot come and ask you? I have had, when you listen to these stories, you begin to say, are these people mothers? Are these people ladies? Are they women? Do they go to church? Do they know God? How do you treat another person's child like this and you're comfortable doing that? Now, let me come to my brothers. My brothers, my sisters, go to the back. Brothers, come forward. It's your turn. Why do you think it is okay in the middle of the night when your wife is sleeping and your children are sleeping and that house help, that housemaid is laying down in the living room on the mat? Who told you it is okay to go there and molest that child? Who told you it is okay to go there and touch that child? Whoever told you that? Who told you that it's okay? What you know that is not going to be good for your child, what you know you're going to get so angry if somebody does it to your child. Whoever told you it's okay to do it to somebody else's child? My brother Haba, now that's too much. I'm hearing that most of these women, their husbands are impregnating their house girls and they're taking them somewhere and they're taking the babies out and then send the house girls home. I've heard sometimes they have the babies and they take the babies from them and send them home. I've heard that sometimes these men will even follow the girls out or go do the taking the baby away by themselves, and in the process the child will be deleted or something will happen to the child, and then these men come back home and then think that nobody is watching. And most of the time, some of these girls, these house helps, these house boys, some of the times they are abused physically, emotionally, verbally by their madams, and then they are abused sexually by their masters. I just sat down here today, as I was going through this lady, I was going through this video, and this lady was just saying example upon example of after example after example of what she has been hearing. And I'm like, no. I have done a video before. One, it says, whatsoever you do to the least of these ones, go to the comment section. It is there right there in the description box. There's a link right there. Just go watch that video. Whatsoever you do to the least of these ones, whatsoever you do to these little girls and little boys, little angels, just like your own angel and just like your daughter, you call her princess. That is somebody else's princess. That is somebody else's queen. That is somebody else's child. Oh. You call your son a king. You call him, oh, he's a king. He's the king of your house. He's a prince. That little boy in your house is somebody else's prince. He's somebody else's king. He's somebody else's eye. He's somebody else's precious stone, precious child. Why do you think it's okay to pamper your own king and then this other king, you treat them anyhow? Why do you think it's okay to treat your princess like a princess and then the little girl that is working for you, that came there to better their life? Remember, they didn't come to you because you're so beautiful. Mama, Papa, they did not come to your house because you're so gorgeous. They didn't come to you because, oh, you're the kindest person on earth. They came to you looking for help. I'm a mother. I know how hard it is to let go of your child. But these women, they let go of their children. I'm sorry. They let go of their children. Do you know how hard it is to have 5 children and give them to 5 families? Because she can't afford it. She can't afford to give them decent food. She can't afford to put clothes on their back. She can't afford to put them in school. And sometimes these women are widows. Their husbands are there. Their husbands are no longer here with us. So they are trying to give their children a better life, only for their children to turn around and be molested and abused and touched and malnourished and mistreated because they came to your house to be your help. My sister, my uniques, I wanted to come and share this with you. Please, if you are in a position and God has blessed you, you are in a position where you can take 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know how many that is living in your house. Maybe one is there to be the cook, one is there to clean the house, one is there to, take care of your children, one is there to do the homework. I don't know how many you have. But I'm begging you, in the name of the Lord, I am begging you from one mother to the other. I am begging you from a parent to the other. I'm begging you, my fathers, my husbands, my sisters, please find it in your hearts to treat these children like they are children. Find it in your heart to treat them like they are human beings. Because their parents cannot afford it and they cannot afford to take care of them and they are now living in your house, does not mean you have the right to maltreat them. Does not mean you have the right. If somebody takes an iron and puts it on your child's back, how would you feel, my sister? How would you feel, my brother? Oh, this thing broke my heart this afternoon. As I was watching those videos, it broke my heart. And I wanted to share with you guys. I just wanted you to hear my voice. Please, they are children. They make mistakes. Just like your children make mistakes. You have a 16-year-old. She can't even wash her clothes. And then you are being mean to the little 10-year-old because she forgot to wash your daughter's socks. A 10-year-old is being punished for forgetting to wash your 16-year-old socks. And my sister, you think that's fair? Do you think that's fair, my sister? My brother, you are trying to touch this little girl. She is just 6. You have a 16-year-old daughter. You won't even let nobody look her way. I'm not saying touch. Look her way. Even say hi to her. Anybody that says hi to her, you will put a stop to it. You make sure she doesn't go there anymore. But this little 6-year-old cannot sleep, cannot have a good night's sleep because of you. I'm sorry about that. This 5-year-old, this 6-year-old cannot have a good night's sleep because of you, my brother. Every night she cries. Every night she dreads for night time to come. Every night she doesn't know how to even tell her madam. And then my sister, you the madam, she comes to you and says, oh, Oga is not letting me sleep at night. And you call her all kinds of names. You call her all kinds of names. If you were mean to her before 50%, now you heighten it to 100% because you don't want to know, you don't want to believe and know. It's right in front of you, but you want to pretend like you're not seeing what your husband is doing to that 5-year-old. You want to pretend, my sister, that you are not seeing or hearing the way that girl looks, the way she walks, the way she talks to you, the way she is afraid when your husband comes back from work, the way she looks at your husband. My sister, you want to tell me you don't know that something is happening to that girl? My brother, you are there and you see your wife. Your wife is so mean to this girl. Your wife does not feed this girl. Your wife starves this girl. You are there. Your children that are older than her are also touching and hitting her just like their mom. And my brother, you say it's not your business. Oh, she's the madam of the house. It's not your business. It is your business, my brother. That child is in your house. It is your business. I'm so sorry, guys. It's just an emotional thing for me. It's just so emotional for me because when I read these emails and I watch these videos, it breaks my heart. And some of these girls come into my DM and they say, Unique, say something, Unique, say something. And I say, okay, I'm gonna say something, but this video I watched this evening, I just felt, why? Why? The wife knows what her husband is doing with this child, and she turns a deaf ear. She turns her face the other way, like she can't see it. And the man sees what the wife is doing to this child, and he turns a deaf ear, turns his face the other way, like he cannot see it. My brother, my sister, you are responsible. You are supposed to be held accountable. That child is in your house. You are the head of the household, for crying out loud. You are the man of the house. Don't say it doesn't concern you. You know the way she is. That's the way the madam is with the child. No, it's your responsibility. You are the man of the house. Stand up for something. Stand up for something that is good and say, no, you can't treat this girl. If you are tired of her, take her home. Take her home. She came from somewhere. Take her back to her parents' house. It's better for her to go to her parents' house. If it is like they say, if it is Gary, they are drinking. Let her go there and drink it in peace. If her parents are not giving her food once a day, at least she will eat that once a day in peace. Take her back home. Don't keep her in your house and give her all the electricity and give her all the good food and give her all the good clothes. But you and your husband are not letting the poor little girl rest. Everybody wants peace. That little 5-year-old wants her peace. Take her home. Don't keep her there and keep doing this and that until finally you guys delete her. Let her go home. I'm begging you, my sister. I'm begging you, my brother. Please. I don't know. Some of us are neighbors to this kind of stuff. Some of us are church members to this kind of stuff. We know what is going on. Your own house girl is telling you, oh, madam, listen, you know that other girl, house girl, look at what she told me. Intervene, my sister. Don't say it's not my business. So I did not bring that girl in that family. No, it has nothing to do with me. Speak up. Although most of the time those girls will beg you, don't say anything. One of the DM I got, the lady said her neighbor, her auntie, the neighbor will come and talk to her auntie on her behalf, and whenever the neighbor goes back, her auntie will even punish her more for letting other people know. I know, but step in, my sister. It is high time we stand up and say, no, enough is enough. Enough of these children. Enough of these children being maltreated and being treated like they do not exist, like they are not human beings. It's time we stand up as women, as mothers, as ladies, as fathers, as men, and say enough is enough. If you don't want these children, take them home. If they are poor, let them go and be poor in peace. If they don't have a roof over their head and they're gonna sleep on the street, let them sleep on the street with peace. My sister, my brother, please. This is too much. Every time you turn around, it's one thing or the other. There is a woman that she got so mad that she took her house help and threw her off from her balcony. And this child landed on the floor and was deleted. Why? For what? What did she do? What? What did she do to deserve that? What? A child peed. A child peed on the bed, and a madam took an iron, a hot iron, and touched and put it right inside the girl's private area because she peed on the bed. What kind of human beings are we? Why are we so wicked? Why are we so mean? And yet we are mothers. We are the ones that carry children. We know what it means to give birth to a child, the pain, the suffering, the agony of producing a child. Because they are not yours? Because they are poor? Is poverty a sin? Is poverty a crime? That you have to treat their children like they are beneath because they can't afford it? And you promise them heaven and earth. You promise them you will train their children. Some of these children don't even go to school. Some of these children, they don't even eat. I know of a lady was telling me that I asked the lady, she told me, she doesn't want to waste food. So the house helps cannot eat until her children finish eating. When her children finish eating, whatever is left over on their plate, she will gather it all together and then put a little bit more and give to the house help. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? Why? Why does she have to eat your children's leftover? Why? She's a human being. She's not an animal. Why? Why can't you give her her own plate? And then if your children finish eating and there's leftover and she still wants it, if she wants it, then she can go get it. Why must you let her fit? Oh my God. Oh my God. We do too much. We do too much. We actually do too much. We do. Why? Because you want to show her that she is beneath you. You want to psychologically tell her that she cannot measure up. Your children are here and she's down here. So when you finish, then they eat the leftover. Why? My sister, the Bible says, whatsoever you do to the least of these ones, you do unto me. And some of us doing all these things in our homes, we are ministers of the gospel. We are evangelists. We are prophets and prophetess. We are church synod people. We are the parochial committee in the church. We are the church council. Did you not hear what the Bible said? Well, everything you are in this church, you live in this church, you preach this church, and you have not had to treat these people like you. Bible says, treat others how you want to be treated. How can you love your house help and then you treat them like this? My sisters, this is draining to me. I have watched this video. I have cried. I stopped crying. Then I cried again. I stopped crying. I started thinking about it because I want to put my children in that position. Like, how would I feel if I couldn't afford for Casey, Zion, and Bucci, and then I take them to a family member who I thought would give them a better life, and at the same process, Casey and Zion and Bucci will be their help. How would I feel if I hear that Casey peed on the bed and then the lady put an iron in my daughter's private part? And I've been thinking about it. I'm like, or that they put an iron at the back of Zion and Bucci. I've been thinking, I say, what will I do? I don't know. I think I will lose my mind. I don't know what I would do if you do that to my child. It took me nine months on each of those children. Oh, it was hard. You know what having a child means? You are in between here and there. You're struggling for your life. And then somebody you know how hard it would be for me to let go of my children. I am so close to my children, and I know every mother is. And then I'm thinking in my head, what it took these ladies to sacrifice and say, let them go. Let them not live in my house. For them to have a better life, let them go somewhere. And then you turn around and do this to those children, and you think God is going to bless you? And you think God is going to say, oh, well done, my good and faithful servant. You think God is going to say that to you? My sister, be warned. My brother, be warned. Whatsoever you do to the least of these ones, that you have done unto God. Remember, the Bible says, do not be deceived, for God is not mocked. Whatsoever a man sows, that you shall also reap. If you're here sowing wickedness, sowing meanness, sowing starvation, sowing malnutrition, sowing all this evil, remember, that is what you will sow. That's what you will reap. You cannot put cassava in the soil and then begin to reap corn. You cannot sow yams and then begin to reap pineapples. It doesn't work that way. Life is very simple, my sister. Be mindful what you do. Be mindful how you do it. Remember, even that little girl, that little boy that you are treating any way you and your husband want in your house, that child is an heir to the throne. That child is a chosen generation. That child is a royal priesthood. That child is a holy nation. That child is a peculiar person. That child is wonderfully and fearfully made by God. That child is beautifully created by God and in God's own image. Just the way you treat your children, remember, that child also might not be able to get the same treatment at home because they can't afford it. They are now in your house. If you cannot do that, if you cannot take care of them, if you don't know how to be nice to them, my sister, what do I always tell you? If you don't have anything nice to say, close your mouth. Don't say nothing. If you don't have anything nice to do or act around or behave around your house help, my sister, you and your children should stay by yourselves. You, your children, and your husband live in that house by yourself. Take care of yourself. Help each other out and stay in your family. Since you cannot control your hands, you cannot control your legs, you cannot control your mouth, you have to be mean to somebody, then keep it to yourself with you, your husband, and your children. Stop putting and inflicting all this kind of hurt on children. Guess what? When you hurt these children, psychologically, emotionally, they don't get any help. What do? They turn around and also find somebody else to hurt. Hurt people, hurt people. Now we have a very, very vicious circle. You hurt them, they don't get help. They go out there, they hurt somebody, that person doesn't get help. They go out there, hurt another person, and it keeps going. It's a vicious circle. And every one of us sit down and say, oh, this world is not good. How will this world be good when you don't even have a kind word for that little girl that lives in your house, for that little boy that lives in your house? How will this world be good when you cannot even cook a decent meal and give the little girl or little boy that lives in your house? How will this world be good? You're talking about the government. The government didn't do this. The government didn't do that. The government didn't do the other one. And look at you. You're not even the government. You are just a man and a woman in a little house. And look at you. Now you are the government of that house. So look at how you're treating your house girl. Look at how you're treating your house boy. Let us judge it, my sister. Since you're so busy, the government didn't do this, the government didn't do that, they are doing the world will not be good. The government in your family, in your house, is you and your husband. Your husband is the president, you are the vice president, my sister. Your children are the House of Representative and the House of Senate. How are you treating your citizens? The citizens are your house girls. How are you treating them? Come forward. For those of you at the back, my sisters at the back, my brothers in front, come forward. How are you treating your government? This government that is running in your house, how are you treating it? Before you begin to talk about the government in the country. My sister, that's it. That's my 5 cents. My brother, that's it. That I felt so bad and I wanted to share this with you guys. Please share this video. You know that neighbor, you know that your sister, you know that your sister-in-law, you know that mother-in-law, you know that your cousin, you know that your nephew or that your niece, and you don't like the way they treat their house help. You don't like how they treat the people that work for them. Take this video, copy the link. You see under here, it says like, dislike, share. First of all, hit the thumbs up, hit the like. So like the video. And then you go to the third one that says share. Copy the link and go bam, straight to that person's Facebook. Place it there and paste it and leave it. Let's have watch this video. Please share this video. This video should go viral because we are tired of all this. We are tired of innocent children going through stuff at a very early age because madams and sirs in the house, presidents and vice presidents of the family circle have decided to treat them anyhow. Remember to give us a thumbs up, share this video, and please subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe to the channel. I need you to come be part of my family. Remember, whatsoever you do to the least of these ones, you do unto me. Treat them nicely. If you don't have it in you to be nice to anybody except your children and your husband, if you don't have it in you to be nice to anybody except your children and your wife, my sister, my brother, you guys can stay with each other and be nice to each other and leave these children alone. Send them back to their homes. It's better they have peace in whatever situation they are coming from than to be in abundance in your house and they are still suffering. All right? You are beautifully and wonderfully made by God. That is why you are unique. Be kind to yourself and to people around you and to each other. Bye bye.